I'm asking that as a person that's from London.
Yeah.
And before I came to London, I didn't know anything about the UK outside of London except for the fact that people from Birmingham have funny accents. That's the
Yeah.
only thing I knew about outside of London. So one thing I see on social media in like British UK culture is that the north is completely different to the south, and specifically like London and like the culture is different. What do you think about that?
That's actually very interesting because I think that's such a true statement because you can look at it more of like a historical thing or more of a cultural thing. There's always been a big divide from the north and south. From my own research, I'm not like I'm not like a historian, so I'm not like obviously take what I'm saying like no grain of salt, but that's just my opinion. I always think the north is more treated as like the workforce. So that's where all the factories are, where the labor was. And then the south was more where the wealth was. Sorry, the south was more where the wealth was. So that's where like the kind of rich people like lived. So for a while, I think historically it was that big divide of like, oh, the rich people are down south, the poor people up north. But just due to how like society's changed overall, it's became more of like a capitalist society. Money has now like the money divide's been more bigger than ever. London has also now became a major workforce before, whereas before it wasn't really like that. So I think the big divide comes from the fact like northern people, I think we just typically
We.
like well, I'm kind of up north, I don't know, but I think it's a bit more like hard up there because like I don't know, it's just that the culture shift is very much different to London. I think London is like became like a hotspot for so many different cultures because you have like people who are wealthy there, people not as wealthy. It's kind of mismatch. Whereas up north is a bit of a like a bit of a mixture, but it's a bit more like spread out. But I think the big divide kind of comes a lot from different subcultures and stuff like that. I think more. It's weird because I see a lot of similar things around like the UK, like we have similar things to have. But overall, I think London and the North are very similar. But I just think at the same time, the difference is the North now has less money than to London. So I think when it actually comes to that kind of divide, it's actually more so like I think it's a lot more less. Sorry, a lot less than we actually think so it is. So yeah.
Fair enough. One thing I hear is, and I kind of see in London myself, having lived there, there's a stereotype that, you could be dying in the middle of the streets in London. Everyone will just walk past you. No one will care. If you try and strike a conversation with somebody in London, they'll look at you like you're poisonous, like you're toxic. Like, why are you stranger looking at me, talking to me, that kind of thing. And then in the comments in videos like this, when people are talking about that thing, people are always like, "Oh, the North is different. Or Northerners are so much more friendly. Manchester people, we're so nice. We're so friendly," kind of thing. Well, what's your experience of that?
Okay, see, I used to believe that until I went up north for a bit. And it kind of depends where you go. I think what I found, where there's more money, people are typically happier. So I think the big issue in London, everyone's just kind of on the hustle. It's like dog eat dog world there. Like, the way I like to use the analogy, it's kind of like London and places like that. It's like we're all crabs in a bucket. And we're all fighting to kind of escape the bucket instead of helping each other. And the reason why, because sometimes helping someone else sacrifices your own time and your own efforts for like, it's like, you being nice to someone that day could cost you 5 minutes to an hour. And that can mean you miss breakfast and miss your bus and stuff like because of inconveniences. And I think, especially in London, everyone's just way more stressed out. Like, the cost of living crisis is absolutely insane. Like, the rate of inflation for that. All these, I think people are just way more stressed out in London compared to up north. Because people north are still, like, stressed out. But I think most people in north, like, since the housing's cheaper, rent overall is cheaper, and then, like, the living is a bit less. It's still expensive, but it's way less than it is in London. People are like low-key a bit less stressed out as a result of actually they're actually more willing to help because they have more means to actually help someone.
Fair enough. Cool. So again, even in one video I saw, it was just like I think a guy was contrasting his experience in America versus when he comes back to London. He said in America is like everybody wants to strike up a conversation with you. Like, it's like everyone's loitering to like find a stranger to talk to in a restaurant, in a coffee shop. Like, they're just positive, good vibes. Whereas people say, the UK is so rubbish. Like, London and Southern people in the UK, they're so like antisocial. So their demeanor is just against it, like, kind of thing. And he said when he come back to London, he was still in this American vibe, and he's trying to do that in London. People are giving him dirty looks, kind of thing.
Because see, with me, I find that very interesting because I do like a lot of my content. What I found, 'cause I think I saw that video actually. You said that. The issue that I think that take, the reason I would disagree with that take, is I feel like it just very much depends who you meet and what day you meet. Because you can just meet like 10, 20 people on that day.